Hi everyone, today I will bring to my YouTube channel a brand new format that I'm sure you've never seen. Just joking. Today we rank all the coasters that I've ridden so far. My name is Luke and this is Coaster Idiot. Before starting with the actual ranking, I wanna make a big excuse to all the bigger coaster enthusiasts that have way more credits than me. I'm just an 8-year-old Italian boy who likes roller coaster, and in Italy we only have like 20 big coasters, so please try to understand me. And I also want to say that all the opinions that you'll hear in this video are completely subjective and personal. So, like the great Airtime Thrills does, I will do some honorable mentions about some coasters that I didn't want to put on my list for some reasons that I will explain. First honorable mention is Shock at Magicland, which is an X-Car launched coaster manufactured by Moral Rides. It features a pretty good launch, an awesome non-inverting loop, and a crazy corkscrew. So you're probably asking yourself,
wow, it looks amazing, why don't you put it in your list?
The only reason is that I visited Magicland only one time in 2014 and I rode this coaster only 3 times, which isn't bad at all, but I rode it a long time ago and I absolutely need a reride on this coaster. The second honorable mention is Sequoia Magic Loop at Gardaland. That is a screaming squirrel made by SNS that I rode only once back in 2015. And I remember this ride super uncomfortable and really strange, in particular with those janky restraints. And I absolutely need to rewrite it, but it is closed since the 2020 season because of the pandemic, and I don't think it will reopen, and the rumors says that it will be dismantled during the 2021 off season. And now let's get into business with the actual ranking. At number 10, at the bottom of my list, we have Desmo Race, the brand new spike dueling coaster at Mirabilandia, which is a total shit. I rode it one time during my last visit to Mirabilandia and I guarantee it was enough. During this visit I stayed 2 days at the park and I managed to ride this monorail only once because it was broken all the time. I will talk about this wanky monorail in a future video, but I start by saying that it's publicized as a thrill coaster for families, which is nonsense by itself. Then it's slow, unreliable, ugly, loud, and most of all, boring and make me angry so much. At the 9th place, we have Blue Tornado at Gardaland. That is a Vekoma SLC from 1998. And fortunately is the only SLC in Italy, and what to say, it's a pile of garbage. It has all trains, all restraints, all track, and an extra helix. And do you know what it means? You obviously know what it means. Pain. A lot of pain. Too much pain. And you know which is the problem. The SLC layout isn't too bad at all. It features nice inversion, nice speed, plus Tornado in particular has this super low to the ground extra helix near these ends that provides a nice near miss effect, but I have to say that this one is an extra helix of pure pain. At the 8th place, we find another clone by Vekoma, and this time we are talking about Shaman, a double looping corkscrew from 1984. And at the time this attraction was built, it was the first big thrill roller coaster in Italy. Back in the winter of 2020, Shaman was retracked with a brand new track, but I have to say that this retracking got mixed reviews, and I will talk about it in the future because I have a lot to say about it. At the 7th place, we have Freestyle, that is a stand-up coaster by Togo that was formerly known as a Skyrider at Canada's Wonderland and was relocated at Cavallino Matto in 2015. I have to say that is the only stand-up coaster that I've ridden, and it's a lot of fun. It's pretty good. It's not the smoothest and not for sure the best layout I've ever ridden, but it's still enjoyable and really fun. At 6th place, we have the biggest loser from my last visit at Mirabilandia. We're talking about iSpeed, that is an Intamin Blitz coaster that basically tries to be the Italian version of the Maverick at Cedar Point. I have never rode Maverick, so I can't compare between these two coasters, but I can say without a doubt that iSpeed is a great ride, with great launch, great inversion and pacing. It could easily enter my top 3, but everything got ruined by the awful intamin plastic restraints that causes you headbanging during the rapid transitions the coaster does. At 5th place we find Altair, an Intamin 10 inversion coaster at Roma's Cinecittà Award. This coaster is pure madness, is crazy intense and smooth as glass. It is also really photogenic, I mean, it is really beauty. Look at this series of 4 airline roll. It's like a vortex, it's freaking awesome. I love it. At the 4th place we have Raptor at Gardaland, that is the biggest loser from my last visit at Gardaland back in August of 2021. The ride isn't bad at all. We also have to consider that this is the prototype wing coaster by B&M and opened it back in 2011, and hasn't got a super intense or long layout like Thunderbird or Gatekeeper, but is still really enjoyable and fun. But I have to say that when I seated in the back row of Train 2, I felt a bit of a rattle. At the lowest step of the podium we have the Storm at Etnaland, that is the first mega coaster manufactured by Mack Rides, and oh my god, this is awesome. I had 3 rides on this coaster back in August of 2021, 1 in the front row and 2 in the back row, and I enjoyed every single ride. The coaster is as smooth as glass and the restraints and seats are super comfortable. It also features a great first drop, a lot of airtime on the camelbacks, and also has a great hang time on the final inlane twist. I'm a big fan of this ride. At the 2nd place we have Oblivion the Black Hole, the B&M dive coaster that was built in 2015, as a sequel of Oblivion at Alton Towers. It features a nice layout for an European dive coaster and also has a great theming, but it's way too short. In fact, from the moment you dive to the brakes are like 25 seconds and you arrive on those brakes saying, "Come on, I want some more!" Anyway, I like this ride a lot and I used to marathon it a lot during my visits to Gardaland. At the 1st place we have Katun at Mirabilandia, an old school B&M inverted coaster. And wow, this is a fucking masterpiece. It's like the small brother of Raptor at Cedar Point and features an awesome layout, whip inversions,
Baba Bowie, Baba Bowie, Baba Bowie, Baba Bowie, Baba Bowie,
near miss effects, a tunnel. Okay, I love this ride and totally deserves this #1 spot. And during my last visit at Mirabilandia, I rode this coaster more than 10 times and I definitely fell in love with Katun. If you have arrived at this point, I thank you a lot and I hope you liked the video. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon on Coaster Idiot.